So during that cell phone scene and the bed scene, I wanted to portray the struggle that I had. And the big struggle that I had was that my cell phone, I felt between that and my job, it ruled my life. I felt like I had no life. And it was no one's fault but mine because I had allowed it to. And so I really wanted to portray that struggle I had because it was a real struggle. There was a lot of dangers that I realized about social media during that time. There was a lot of dangers that I realized about within the hair industry that were not healthy for people. There's a lot of things that hairstylists go through that no one knows. I have a support group that I follow on Facebook that's private for hairdressers, and we all basically go through the same things. And we, if we're not careful, we develop very toxic work environments, very toxic workloads carrying on into our house. And I'm sure there's other jobs that do this, but I wanted to portray that. And then at the end of that scene, there was a place of me crying and looking on my phone. And whenever God spoke to me my calling and what to do with their house, he told me to close my salon. He told me to surrender everything to him and that he would take me to where I'm going. He told me these things and he confirmed it over and over and over. So once we got that word, I wanted to obey God, and it was really hard. It was really hard to close down my hair business. I'd had it for a very long time, but God gave me that word to do that, to close my hair salon. And I can remember, just crying and texting my clients and telling them and hoping that they would understand and hoping and praying that they would not take it personal. And that was one of the hardest things that I have ever done in my entire life. But God allowed it, and God allowed all of these things that I went through because it was something that I wanted so bad and some things that I ended up having to learn. And I want to share with others, how to avoid these same mistakes that I have made, and not that owning a salon is a mistake, not that buying a house is a mistake. That's not the mistake I made. The mistake I made was allowing things to consume my life to the point that I did not have any time for God, any time for me, any time for my husband or my family, any time for my calling and my purpose. So what I had to do was take a step back and tear down all of these bad habits that I had established for a lot of years. I had to tear all these things down and start over and build them back the way God wanted in order for me to still do my calling, still do the things that God had called me to do. So that was the whole point of that. If you see me looking really sad, it's because I was. That was hard. And I had to trust God with everything in me. But I'm here to tell you that it completely changed my life. And God really established a new way of living for me that has prepared me for everything that I'm doing right now. Everything that I'm facing right now, God has prepared me for it because I wanted to establish things the way He does. I wanted Him to give me the gifts and callings that He has, not what I think I should do. Because I have a lot of ideas, but not all of them are meant for me to do. So that's what that scene represents.